In this demo, we will look at the employee self-appraisal process. The performance management tool can be used during the performance year to set and track objectives or goals. At the end of the performance year, the objectives results can be rated by the employee as part of the self-appraisal or by the supervisor as part of the main appraisal. If objectives were not entered into the online tool at the beginning or during the performance year, they can be entered at the end as part of the performance appraisal process. Entering objectives is optional, and your supervisor may decide whether or not to use this feature. Also, as part of the self-appraisal, there are 5 questions that the employee can answer to provide input to the supervisor. Like objectives, this feature is also optional, and your supervisor can decide whether or not to use the questionnaire. If your department will be using the Objectives feature, there is helpful information on Pitt's Human Resources website for writing objectives. It can be found under Manager Resources, Staff Performance Management, Performance Management Resources. The Performance Management online tools are found on the main menu of the PRISM homepage. Select the PHR Performance Management Employee Responsibility. Then click on the Performance Management menu item. On the Employee dashboard, find the training plan for the current appraisal period and click on the Go to Task icon. The Appraisal Summary page will open. Click the Update Self-Appraisal icon. To enter an objective, click the Add Objective button. The asterisks denote required fields. Enter a descriptive objective name. In the Start Date field, enter the date on which the objective is scheduled to start or the actual date if the work already started. The target date is the date by which the objective should be completed. Note that this field is optional. Select the appropriate priority level from the drop-down. Enter a completion percentage and, if applicable, the date completed. Detailed information about the objective can be entered. Success criteria are the standards or guidelines you will use to measure whether an objective has been met. Additional comments can also be entered. A results rating of did not achieve, achieved, or achieved more than expected can be selected from the results rating drop-down. You can also enter comments to support the rating selected. When completed, click the Apply button to save your work. If you have additional objectives to enter, click the Apply and Add Another button. Save as Draft allows you to finish the work later. Additional objectives can also be entered from the main self-appraisal page. After entering objectives, click the Complete Questionnaire button. There are 5 questions employees can answer to provide input to their supervisor. The answers can be typed directly or copied and pasted from Word. Completing this questionnaire is optional, and employees can answer some, all, or none of it. Click Apply when finished to save the responses and return to the main self-appraisal page. Only one person at a time can have access or ownership of the appraisal. Therefore, once the employee has completed the self-appraisal, they must transfer ownership to their supervisor to allow the appraisal process to continue. This step must be done regardless of whether or not the employee has completed the self-appraisal. Transfer of ownership is done by clicking the Share with Supervisor button. If desired, a message for the supervisor can be entered in the notification box. Then click Submit.